Yesterday I picked up a used Old Town Sportsman Discovery 119 solo canoe. My purpose is not for fishing. My purpose is for wildlife photography. So I need something small, something that I can manage when I go solo. Uh, Something that's got plenty of room, yet it's not too big to be unwieldy when I'm trying to sneak up on wildlife, or for my other uses, just to enjoy the river. Like I said, I did pick it up used. I had to do that. I cannot buy something new that's going to go on the river and then worry about that first scratch. I needed something that was already broke in, and hopefully this little canoe will do what I want it to do. Let's take a look at this canoe that I picked up. You see that it is in that ember color scheme. For wildlife photography, I suppose a green and tan and browns and blacks might be a little bit better for summertime use, since much of my photography is in the spring when I'm around dry cattails and sneaking through that type of habitat. I think this color pattern might actually work out well for me. This canoe weighs 52, 56 pounds, somewhere in that range. Comes with adjustable foot pedals for comfort only. There's no rudder. Does also have the adjustable seat, padded armrest with pockets for either fishing gear, or I'll use it for probably camera equipment on both sides. Cup holder if that's important to you. The Sportsman's model does come with this accessory rack. I have mounted a 1/4 bolt just to test out a GoPro, but I'll be improving that as time goes on. And then in the back there are 2 rod holders for wildlife photography. I don't know that I'll use those that much, but I may also fish from it too. But all in all, I think it'll be a fun little canoe and probably actually work out quite well for photography. Like I said, it is 56 pounds. It's a bit heavier than my Kevlar canoe, and I've got a pack canoe that weighs 33 pounds. But on the river, I don't want to take either one of those out and risk dinging them up. So I think, having bought this used, it's already broken in. I think it should work well for me for my wildlife photography. Let's give it a whirl on the water. So this is it. This is the Old Town Discovery 119 Sportsman model solo canoe in use. Conditions are a little bit of wind, virtually no current, calm day, and since last night's initial outing, I did move more weight to the back, and that seems to be helping with the tracking on it. That makes sense. It is only 11 feet 9 inches long, so we are going to have some tracking challenges. That's one of the prices that you pay. One thing that I did learn already is that the fishing rod holder in the back works great for storing my monopod until I need it. I've got the lower leg extended out, and should I see wildlife where I'm going to want that monopod, I'll just reach back and grab it and be ready to go. That keeps it out from under my feet. You probably noticed that I paddle this with a kayak paddle, double bladed. That's done for a couple of reasons. First off, it's small enough. Second, I've had both arms worked on. My one shoulder's been repaired twice, and it just is easier for me to paddle double bladed. The manufacturers refer to this as a hybrid, a cross between a canoe and a kayak. I think the biggest part of that is that the seat is low. You're not sitting on the bottom of the canoe. You're a few inches off the bottom of the canoe, but you are lower than a typical canoe. So the stability is very good with this. I have no hesitations whatsoever out here. I've got Nikon D500 with a Nikon 200 to 500 millimeter lens, and I've also got a second D500 out here with a wider angle lens, and I have no hesitations or concerns right now at all. It's good and solid. Just to show you, I can rock it back and forth, no issues. I began my wildlife photography pursuits in an old 17-foot aluminum canoe. After that, I've gone through a number of kayaks. In fact, I've still got all of them right now, and they work well. But I've just been finding they're a little bit challenging to get into. I want more room, I want more flexibility and ease of getting in and out. And now with these solo canoes that have come out, they just seem to work well. I really like having more space. It may be that, assuming this continues to work out the way that it looks like it's going to, that I'll hang camouflage over it to really help blend in, and then I wear a ghillie suit as well. Due to the weight and the build of this canoe, I don't think I would ever take it to the boundary waters in northern Minnesota for a long trip, wilderness trip. For that, I think I'll still stick with my Kevlar canoe, my 16-foot Adirondack, Winona Adirondack, or I don't know, I might try that pack canoe once, just to see if I've got enough space. The weight difference is key on that. One thing that I recognized on my first outing is I wasn't using my longest paddle. This morning I've got a longer double-bladed, obviously a kayak paddle, and that makes a world of difference. It saves me knocking the sides of the canoe. So far I don't see anything to not like about this canoe, assuming you put it all in perspective. The material that it's made of is going to cause it to be a little bit heavier than Kevlar or the discontinued Royal X. The length is going to cause some tracking issues. But all in all, I think it'll work well. When you consider a kayak versus a canoe, obviously that kayak's going to be much more nimble. That's the nature of the vessel. If you want speed and nimble, probably be better off served with a kayak. If you want something like this for recreational purposes, that just about anybody could get into this canoe and paddle it and not have a problem, I think this would be the way to go. That said, I won't be selling all of my kayaks. They do have a purpose. If I were going to fish out of this canoe, or even shoot photos from the same spot, I would just drop an anchor off the side. That'll take care of any movement issues. Those kayak canoe anchor systems, they're relatively inexpensive and don't add a whole lot of weight. So that'll be an easy fix if or when I want to do that. I generally stay on the move. A month ago, this river was out of its banks at possibly record levels ever. The rain didn't even hit here, it hit upstream, and then we just got that wall of water. Caused a lot of problems for people with cabins and a business along the river, homes. Just can't have that kind of water come down at you. We knew it was coming, but there was nothing we could do about it. Considering I'm paddling upstream and at one of the locations where we've got the most current that we've got, which isn't much, this is pretty much effortless. going downstream will be a breeze. We have a bit more current through here and it's still going okay. I'm glad I have the double-bladed paddle though. Okay, probably where we'll see our most current, and I can definitely notice it. If I can just get around this bend, I should be okay. But no matter what I was in, I would have to fight current through here. Still very doable. Get lined up here with the deeper part. It's not very deep anywhere, really. And just like that, it's easy to paddle. Have I gone as far as I'm going to get to go? I hope not, but it looks like it. Yep, I'm as far as I can go without getting out. And I don't want to get out. Here I am at the end of my second trip out with this canoe under my ownership. Paddled upstream as far as I could go until I hit a log jam, which would have been a mile or two, and then paddled back down, had no trouble whatsoever. So whether you're looking for a solo canoe for just recreational paddling or fishing or wildlife photography, landscape photography by boat, this little canoe is a good deal. Solid, stable, easy to paddle. Yes, it has a couple of details about it that aren't ideal, but it's still a good canoe for the money. And